Lilly and Doyle in recent weeks. He may be 38, but Danny Brough will certainly be playing a big part of any success that comes Bradford's way in 2021. So we're up and away here at Odsal Stadium. Let's have some fun. It's the rearranged round 6 fixture between the Bradford Bulls and Newcastle Thunder here at Odsal Stadium. Bradford looking to make it 7 on the bounce. Newcastle looking for just their second win of the season, and what a scalp it'd be here at Odsal Stadium, ending Bradford's 6-game unbeaten record as we see Newcastle carrying it there with Kieran Gill. He's a real danger for Eamon O'Carroll's side. He's scored 7 tries so far this season, and he's really been very potent with ball in hand and also his support play. As we see former Bradford player Mikey Wood carry the ball up to halfway, or just shy of halfway. On the 5th and last tackle, says James Child. The kick's going to come in. It goes down from Rhys Dean. That one's out on the full, and perhaps we've just seen the first error of the game, which is attributable to the narrowness of the field.
Yeah, but first and foremost, it was a great D-set from kick-off, forcing them to kick from their own 40. It gives time for Brandon to get back and get straight into yard, straight into good ball.
So Bradford, their first set of 6 this afternoon, and it'll be from inside the Newcastle half, and it'll be Oliver Wilson on tackle number 1. Down the middle channel, Bradford will go here. Sam Hallis, as we said, the big news, returning for his first league start of the season, and that's his first tackle that he's had to take. Goes out to Pickersgill. Pickersgill steps past one. 20 metres out now, Bradford, with tackles remaining in the bag. Doyle's in there at dummy half. Looks towards Brough. Brough looks for those willing runners. Gives it into the arms there of Hallis. Hallis is forced back in a free-man tackle. Good alert defence early doors here from Eamon O'Carroll's side. Now it goes to Wilson. To Gallagher. Gallagher missed the last 2. Back in with a chance this afternoon. Bradford hunting first points. Crossfield kick. Looking for Evans. Palm back towards Lilly. Lilly towards the line. And Jordan Lilly has somehow managed to squeeze past Jack Johnson and Matty Wright. And Sam Halso also involved in that tackle. And Jordan Lilly, it's his 3rd try of the season. He scored last week in the 37-18 win over the York City Knights. And that is just what John Keir would have wanted.
Just a really good composed set, not forcing any issues, completing it and applying pressure and getting the spoils with good reaction to a kick.
Well, we're just going to see it on the replay there. Danny Brough, a couple of assists last week, Ryan. How important is that experience and game management to a side like Bradford?
Oh, it's huge. He just controls things and pushes and pulls people about a pitch, and he just looks like he's got time. Perfect half-back partnership in Jordan and Danny. Jordan's a bit live wire, plays a little bit off the cuff, nice and direct, good running game, whereas Danny just sits back and pushes and pulls people in positions and picks the passes.
Danny Brough will attempt the conversion from this main stand side. He was 8 from 8 last week, and he is 1 from 1. He is the highest championship goal kicking in terms of accuracy. He goes out to 93% now, and that is 35 successful conversions from 38 attempts, and Bradford lead here by 6 points to 0.
Yeah, great start, but back into yardage now. We want to complete this set and get to a good kick. Great start, but that's all it is, and they want to build off that now.
Well, I'm sure the message has come on from Eamon O'Carroll that the pitch dimensions 52 metres by 97. Rhys Dean did hold his hand up high and did apologise to Bob Bezic and also Jake Shorrocks for kicking that one out on the full. And Jordan Lilly did well, dispalming that ball back towards his own try line, as Ashton Golding now goes herring away out of dummy half and makes 15 metres forward for the Bradford Bulls. Tom Doyle now just decides to attack Newcastle's left-hand edge. Good defence from Nathan Wild, who had to come in. And Tom Doyle's brought down just shy of the halfway line. Here goes Danny Brough to Hallis, his 3rd carry so far this afternoon. Always good when players come back, certainly from broken jaws, all about gaining the confidence, as Danny Brough sends a very tricky, high-hanging kick in the air here. But the former Castleford Tigers man, Callum Turner, does exceptionally well there under that high ball, especially with Brad England and Oliver Wilson bearing down in his peripheral vision.
Just some really good carries in yardage, completed the set, get a good kick chase, and then build off of it. Unfortunately, a bit eager in defence there and just conceding a penalty, and we'll be under pressure straight away from this kick.
Well, although we didn't hear from John Keir ahead of kick-off, the message from John Keir is that this is an acid test after two great performances over York and London. And the key for Bradford this afternoon, stay focused throughout, approach the opposition with humility and the respect they deserve, but also maintain that intensity that has seen Bradford on a 6-game unbeaten run, especially taking off two crucial wins against promotion hopefuls, London and York in the last two. But Bradford, after conceding their first penalty of the afternoon, they are now forced to defend deep inside their own 20-metre line, and Newcastle are inching closer towards that Bradford Bulls try line. Bob Bezick's in there at dummy half, misses out McAvoy, down that left edge with Mikey Wood. He's rolled over on his side, fourth tackle gone here, a tackle remaining here now for the Thunder as Bezick floats it out towards Shorrocks. Shorrocks now to Bailey. Connor Bailey, he's on loan for the season from Wakefield Trinity, and he's upended and halted 5 metres out from that Bradford try line. They're going to go on the short-hand side, but that's good defence there from the Bradford Bulls. They were alert to the danger there of Matty Wright, who was trying to squeeze in at the corner, but that was good defence from Gallagher and Ross Oakes, and it remains Bradford 6, Newcastle 0. 6 minutes gone.
Yeah, great defensive set. Looking forward to seeing Joe Brown today. I thought his form at the minute is electric. Not only in finishing and putting the points on the board, but his yardage carries. He comes in and looks busy throughout the game. So a great carry there from dummy half.
Bradford have come up with the error there out of dummy half. Ashton Goulding slams the ball down. So a bit of an uncharacteristic past couple of minutes there from the Bradford Bulls. A couple of errors, a penalty, and now Newcastle a chance to get a bit of confidence here. As we said, they suffered that early Jordan Lilly try on the fifth and last tackle from Bradford's first set of 6, but they're going to look to put their first points off the board, and here goes one of the bright young players that have been coming through off that production line, and it's Sam Halsall at the Wigan Warriors. McAvoy now. Lovely sharp passing from Newcastle, asking questions of Bradford. They're knocking on the door here. Bezick's in there at dummy half. Goes back towards Shorrocks. Now to McAvoy. McAvoy rolled over. Once upon a time, he was part of the Bradford Bulls Academy here. And now the referee's given Newcastle a 6 again. So more pressure for Bradford to absorb as Shorrocks drops the shoulder and takes that red, amber and black defensive line on here at Odsal Stadium. That's only tackle number 1. Mikey Wood underneath the post. Mikey Wood turned over in the tackle. Great defence from the Bulls, and they'll go back to the 10.
They just seem to be turning the ball back into the middles, and we can't afford to be lazy on the blind side. So we've got to stay alert in D, and that was great goal line D by Bradford.
It's another hot, humid, muggy afternoon here at Odsal Stadium. Mikey Wood coughs the ball. It's gone behind. The referee, though, put whistle to lips. Crossfield kick to the corner, and that one has gone dead in goal. The referee will play the first error, and it will be possession here to the Bradford Bulls. So they, Ryan, have passed that test, and that will delight John Keir, because that was 4 consecutive sets of 6 that Bradford had to absorb, and the scoreboard still reads Bradford 6, Newcastle 0.
Yeah, definitely passed the test there, but you don't want to be doing too much of it. It just saps energy, especially in this heat. You want to get back into grind, getting some good yardage carries, finish with a kick and end the set well, but we can't afford to just be defending the line consistently, because like I said, it'll just sap energy, and then they'll get opportunities from it.
Bradford awarded their first penalty of the afternoon. Jordan Lilly straight out of dummy half there, catching the Newcastle markers and the defence inside the 10. And Jordan Lilly just telling the Bradford side to calm down. We might have to be a little bit patient this afternoon But if we're patient, the pressure and the points will come. Well, we said at the start of the broadcast that John Keir makes 4 changes this afternoon. The most changes that John Keir has had to make so far this season. So we know that Aaron Murphy, Ben Evans and Mitiele Veliki-Japani, they all miss this afternoon due to knocks. And the 4th change is an enforced change because Dan Fleming, he picked up a 1-match suspension for what happened in the game against London. But Bradford now inside the Newcastle half with Brad England, a very quick, speedy, hasty play the ball as Pickersgill goes straight out of dummy half attacking those Newcastle markers, and Newcastle find themselves on their own try line now because Bradford are just 10 metres out. Oliver Wilson head down, straight down towards the Newcastle line, in front of the post. It goes to Danny Brough. Danny Brough, ball to feet, into the in-goal area. Ball is live. Too much on that from Danny Brough. It wouldn't matter because Danny Brough went behind Brad Gallagher there, and the referee will give Newcastle a penalty for the obstruction. But we've just seen Danny Brough. He really does have a magical box of kicks and tricks.
He does. He'll be upset with the end of that set. They'll want to be repeat sets there, scoring tries. I think quite easy how they rolled them, to be honest. I think Newcastle will be upset with that, and they'll have to front up defensively to stop that tide coming to them.
Newcastle Thunder, as we said, started the season from their first 3 games, a 30-all draw with Widnes, a narrow defeat away to Whitehaven, and a famous win at Kingston Park in round 3, 24 points to 16. Akuma Tai, who's on the bench this afternoon, he'll be coming on shortly, but his try, 2 minutes from time, sealing a memorable start to life in the Championship. Since then, they've been doing it tough in the North East, as we see young Sam Halsall wrapped up on the last tackle for Newcastle, 40 metres out from the Bradford line, as we see Rhys Dean, another testing, difficult kick there, but Joe Brown's done exceptionally well under pressure, and he had Alex Clegg, one of the homegrown players for Newcastle Thunder this afternoon. He has come through the Northumbria University, and certainly he's looking for a big 2021. But like you said, Ryan, you talked about Joe Brown. He's passed that early kick test.
Yeah, fantastic take by Joe, and then getting to his front and getting a quick play of the ball, and he's back for some more action now. He's certainly in some good form at the minute, is Joe. I think he's settling down on wing. He got shifted about a little bit from full back to wing last year, and I think he's just finding his form.
Danny Brough has just gone for a 40-20, an audacious attempt there, and now Bradford have kicked the ball out on the full. And these are mistakes that perhaps will be causing a little bit of concern for John Keir around, because the Bulls now have put themselves deep under pressure, 30 out from their own line. Yeah,
again, it's just defending your goal line, so it just takes more energy out of you. They run a little bit harder, but that's great contact there by Thomas Doyle. Fantastic contact, but again, Danny will be upset about that end of sets. He want to kick it and apply pressure.
Former Wigan man Jake Shorrocks will get to his feet, and he'll play the ball there on the second tackle. Third tackle gone here for Newcastle, right in front of the Bradford post as it goes down the middle here with McAvoy. He is swarmed upon by those red, amber and black Bradford shirts, and the 10 metres out here, Newcastle. Bradford 6, Newcastle 0. Mikey Wood rolled over. Good tackle, good defence there from Tom Doyle. It goes back out wide towards Connor Bailey. He's in that loose forward role this afternoon, and Connor Bailey's wrapped up on the 5th and last tackle. 5 metres out from the Bradford line. It goes to Shorrocks. Keeps the ball alive with Wild. Back it goes to Shorrocks, to Halsall. Halsall wrapped up there by Goulding. Somehow gets it back here towards Rhys Dean. Rhys Dean peppers one along the grubber, along the carpet, and Rhys Dean was chasing his own kick there, and Rhys Dean will score for Newcastle. The try's given underneath the post, and Newcastle, that kept the ball alive. Wizardry there from the Thunder, and it's going to be locked up at 6 points apiece because that try from Rhys Dean, testament to never giving in, never giving up, and Newcastle, they have drawn level.
Yeah, we've got to deal with kicks better. Very scrappy. I was just about to say that I'd like Newcastle to be a little bit more direct to test Bradford's defence out, but they just seem to be going a little bit lateral at the minute. But yeah, we have to deal with kicks better than that, and I'll be upset with that. But no, testament to Newcastle's continuing to chase kicks like that.
Danny Brough just ever so slightly wrong-footed by the bounce of the ball. He did touch it. It was going to be a repeat set of 6 for Newcastle Thunder, but talk about that composure, because, you know, you're 5 metres out from the Bradford line. The in-goal areas are just a smidgen over 4 metres. He put boot to ball and he gauged that touch to perfection, and then that disrolled into the in-goal area and there was downward pressure. And Reece Dean, well, he kicked 19 from 26 last year. This is his first conversion attempt of the new season. This from in front, and it's Bradford Bulls 6, Newcastle Thunder 6. What's the message going to be coming on, Ryan, from Mark Dunning and John Keir?
That'll just be finish the sets better, no kicks, completing sets and just getting back into the grind, and not the grind's in the 50s and around the 40 marks. We can't just be defending goal line all the time and then just attacking goal line. We need to get into that grind and just keep it nice and simple, be patient, and sap some energy from them, and opportunities will come.
You're a head coach, Ryan. You coach the Bradford Bulls Scholarship. You're heavily involved in West Bowling. When Eamon O'Carroll talks about 5 sets, 10-minute blocks, what does he mean? Because certainly after a slow start, Newcastle, the last 10 minutes, they're leading 6-0, and they've looked very capable that they're going to pose a very tough challenge for Bradford this afternoon.
It's just setting building blocks into it and taking 5 sets at a time, and seeing where we are from that, and then going again. We like to set targets of completing at least first 5 sets and then building on top of that. But yeah, it's just breaking the game down into units and attacking each unit best you can.
Newcastle on the restart, on the last tackle, on halfway, goes back towards Shorrocks. That's going to be a difficult assignment here for Ashton Goulding. Does well, dropped to his knees there. That one just fell into the breadbasket. And Ashton Goulding makes some good quick meters there. So Bradford back in possession, 20 shy of the halfway line, as we see Kieran Gill come out of that defensive line to help Mikey Wood in that tackle, bringing down Joe Brown on the second tackle. Here goes Brad England, just out of dummy half there. Third tackle gone for John Keir and the Bulls, and now here goes Jordan Lilly. Jordan Lilly, 10 metres inside the Newcastle half. Bradford all of a sudden, they've just got a little bit of energy here. There's a bit of fuel on that bonfire, and they're on the last tackle, 20 metres out, in front of the Newcastle post. They go on the short-hand side. Lovely little kick on the reverb there from Danny Brough, looking for Pickersgill, but that one just a little bit too much. That ball went between Callum Turner there and Jack Johnson, and it's gone dead, and it'll be a 7-tackle set here for Newcastle Thunder.
Again, just being patient, completing sets, getting into the grind, turning the ball over instead of getting a 7-tackle set. It's just a little bit disappointing on end at sets, but I'm sure Danny will be his biggest critic and he'll want to fix that up.
Newcastle just coming out of dummy half here. Very, very impressed with the composure thus far as Jack Johnson gets to his feet. He's got 3 tries this term. He was also a try scorer in that famous win in round 3 over Sheffield Eagles. Here's a man who Bradford were chasing in the off-season, Akuma Tai, along with Featherstone and York and a number of other championship clubs. In the end, he settled on the North East and Newcastle Thunder. And Akuma Tai, a lot of experience as we see Reece Dean kick early in the count. Pickersgill alert to the danger. Pickersgill is going to do exceptionally well. Just pulled the handbrake on, took the tackle from young Sam Halsall, and that was great awareness there from Brandon Pickersgill.
Yeah, the standing back three of Ashton Goulding, Joe Brown and Brandon. Getting plenty of work done in this area, and carrying and getting us into a good position, hopefully.
Well, there's 9 homegrown players out there this afternoon for the Bradford Bulls, and there's 7 Stanley players in that side. Jordan Lilly, when I spoke to him during the week, when you've played with a lot of these players, from 15, 16, 17, it certainly helps the cohesion. Bradford on the last tackle. They'll kick from deep with Danny Brough. Real arm wrestle stuff here as we have just hit just shy of the 20-minute mark gone here, Ryan, and I think Newcastle and Eamon O'Carroll will be relatively pleased.
Yeah, they're in the game, aren't they? Completing the sets, like you say. I think they're composed, just getting into the grind, and I think Bradford are turning that way now as well. Instead of looking to score points off every play, they just complete the sets, get to a kick, build pressure, and the game's not won and lost in the first 20 minutes, but it's we can 50, 60 minutes. We need to take the energy out of them and get some points on board. Then hopefully.
Brad Gallagher, good defence there. Newcastle have extinguished and exhausted their tackles. They're on the last here with Jake Shorrocks. Drop of the shoulder to Dean. Goes to Gill. Gill somehow offloads the ball backwards, and that has been recovered here by Rhys Evans, and that has touched a Newcastle arm, so that will be a 0 tackle for Bradford. And here goes Ashton Goulding straight out of dummy half, and he is going to meet a lot of purple-shirted Newcastle Thunder traffic as Akuma Tai comes in. Also making the tackle there was Nathan Wild, the former Wigan player, just to try thus far, and the crowd just starting to get a little bit animated here. They feel Newcastle are laying on in the tackle as it goes out of dummy half from Lilly towards Wilson. Wilson plays the ball 5 metres inside the Newcastle half. Doyle straight down the middle. One-man rugby stuff from the Bulls here, but it's effective and it's making them metres in field. Now it goes to Gallagher. Gallagher head towards the post. Pass on the inside to Crossley. Now to Lilly. Lilly along the line to England. Bradford on the 5th and last tackle. 20 metres out. They can see that Newcastle Thunder try line as Jordan Lilly crossfield kick out wide looking for Joe Brown, and Joe Brown has not timed his tackle because the Newcastle player there has been taken out in the air, and it's Alex Clegg.
I think that's one area where Newcastle have gone to work in slowing the play the ball down in Bradford. The speed of play the ball for Bradford have got them a lot of success and made yardage into good ball relatively easy. But yeah, they're starting to work that a little bit more. So again, we need to just be patient, complete the sets and be a little bit boring, I suppose.
Well, we've just passed the first quarter mark of this game this afternoon as Evan Simmons, his first carry, and the 5 shy of the halfway line. Here goes Akuma Tai. Akuma Tai's away. Lovely ball to Kieran Gill, but up an alert to the danger there was Sam Hallis and Ashton Goulding. Newcastle give the ball some spread into the centre of the field. And now Bradford urged to get back the 10 metres by referee James Child. Bob Bezick's in there at dummy half. Dean kicks early again. Pickersgill might just be happy to let that one go into touch, but the bounce of the ball is kind to the Bradford fullback at 24-year-old Brandon Pickersgill, alert to that danger. That was another kick early in the count, and you can see what Eamon O'Carroll's tactics are going to be to try and turn around the Bradford Bulls. But somehow Ashton Goulding getting the ball out of the tackle to Jordan Lilly, and that's going to give Bradford an extra 10-15 metres.
I think his energy at restarts have been fantastic. Kick returns have been really, really good from Ashton, Brandon and Joe. Certainly taking some power and some energy from the middles. So yeah, really good start to this yardage set.
Eben Sker comes on for Oliver Wilson. The first change by John Keir of the afternoon. And here he goes with the pull table legs. Eben Sker, and he's brought down 5 metres inside that Newcastle 40-metre line. On the last, it goes back to 40 out from Danny Brough. Callum Turner allows it to bounce into touch. Goulding points to the spot where the ball hit the field and bounced out, and that's going to turn Newcastle Thunder out.
We spoke a lot at community club level about you don't particularly get any benefits from kicking the ball out now. They get the restart on 50s. No scrum, no numbers in there. We don't get to pin them in an area. So I don't know if certainly I don't think that was meant to be the kick that he went for. But I'd like to see the ball stay in field a little bit more and stay on the pitch more and start to tire these lads out and then get the roads off back of that.
Well, Eamon O'Carroll will perhaps be the more happier of the two coaches. 6 points apiece here, midway in this first half, as Akuma Tai looks for that killer offload again and is taken 3 Bradford defenders out of that defensive line. A lot of experience, Akuma Tai, over 250 NRL and Super League games when you add them all together. And now Newcastle on the last tackle, 40 metres out. Rhys Dean, again, they're playing the percentages, almost like a game of chess here. The Grandmasters on show, and that will be Bradford now back in possession, 12 metres out from their own line.
Yeah, it's a tiring game, very humid, and And again, I don't know if that's a ploy by Newcastle just to gain some energy in these areas, but if I were coaching Newcastle, I'd want to keep the ball in play and test what Bradford's resolve is in this heat. They're getting quick play of the balls at Bradford, so you want to keep the ball away from them as much as possible and make them defend.
Bradford have just been given their first 6 again of the afternoon by referee James Child. So Newcastle have had 2, Bradford 1. As Brad England now offloads the ball towards Jordan Lilly up to halfway, but Sam Halsall, Kieran Gill, and that's a dangerous lifting of Jordan Lilly's right leg above the horizontal. Kieran Gill, Sam Halsall, the 2 players involved in that one. The touch judge has come on, and referee James Child has a bit of a decision to make here. I don't think it'll be any more than just the penalty, but James Child is taking the report from the touch judge. Hang on, James Child's going to the back pocket, is he? No, he's not. I think it's just going to be a penalty and a word of warning to Newcastle captain Bob Bezic.
Yeah, a little naughty there, but I don't think any player goes out to perform tackles like that, so just an error, 3-minute tackle and lifting and just a little bit more control, but no one goes out to hurt players, so they'll be upset with penalty as well.
Well, I've seen cards brandished, a yellow card, of course, at Super League and RL level for somewhat similar. Like we said, no malice whatsoever, very low penalty count. And Bradford now on the back of their second penalty, or second penalty decision if you include the 6 again, are now 10 metres out from that Newcastle try line, looking for their second try of the afternoon as it goes from Doyle to Hallis, to Lilly, to England. England, good defence though from Kieran Gill. He certainly read the coach's manual from Eamon O'Carroll. Now it goes to Danny Brough, to Eben Skur on an angled run. He attacks that left edge and he's brought down 2 metres out from that Newcastle Thunder try line. Danny Brough tries to pinch one out of dummy half. Callum Turner alert to the danger, and now Bradford on that last tackle in front of the Newcastle post. It goes to Jordan Lilly, to Pickersgill, kicks through, Pickersgill chasing. Newcastle do well, but it's a penalty for a high tackle there on Jack Johnson. The former Warrington and Widnes man has been taken high by Brandon Pickersgill, who was following his own kick chase through.
I thought it was a great option by Brandon. Build pressure down here and make them get out of this area. But unfortunately, it resulted in a penalty for a misplaced tackle. But no, good option by Brandon.
Well, it's still 6 points apiece. A real competitive and also attritional afternoon here. As we said, there's a bit of cloud cover, so not quite as warm as it was last week when Bradford beat York here by 37 points to 18 to register their 6th win on the bounce, but certainly difficult conditions and energy-sapping conditions nonetheless. As Dean to Shorrocks, Akuma Tai. Well, he had Eben Skur and Tom Doyle right ahead of him, so that stopped a little bit of his impact for the Tongan international. He'll be looking forward to a big season in the North East, perhaps a call-up to the Tongan international side in the Rugby League World Cup a little bit later on this year, as Connor Bailey of Wakefield Trinity on a season-long loan, rolled over 40 out from the Bradford line. Here goes Akuma Tai. Owen Harrison, his first carry. And that'll be the last here for Newcastle Thunder. 30 metres out. Shorrocks, a very shallow kick. Chasing it is Matty Wright. And now Joe Brown's been taken out in the air by Matty Wright. And the former Cronulla and Manly centre. Well, these are stuff that both coaches will probably be wanting to cut out here, Ryan, because we've seen the game just get a little bit scrappy in the last 5-10 minutes now with some silly penalties. Yeah,
exactly that. You don't want to work hard and then have a good kick with good kick chase to result in a let-off, basically. You want them to get out there and make them work for your yards, not give them by penalties. But no, both teams will be disappointed in that. But I think just Bradford just need to calm down a little bit, just have some time with ball, complete sets, and stuff like that. Just tipping on and giving energy to second players, quick play the balls and getting Thomas out of there.
Tom Doyle now will carry Bradford 25 metres out from that Newcastle Thunder try line. Danny Brough on the inside to Skur. Quick play the ball there by Eben Skur. Danny Brough gets back into position. It is the last. Perfectly weighted. Callum Turner under pressure. Callum Turner trying to be pushed back inside his own goal here, but Ellis Robson, who's just come on the field, John Keir's second interchange of the afternoon, Ellis Robson is penalised for being inside the 10. It almost feels, Ryan, that this game, not just from a Bradford perspective, but also a little bit by Newcastle, it feels like a record that is stuck on the groove.
Yeah, it's just not getting in anywhere. There's no flow to the game at the minute. Very stop-start. Hopefully, both teams will settle down, reduce some penalties, and we'll get some good game, some good shape going forward.
James Child has just given Newcastle another 6 again here, as we see Evan Simmons, one of the longest-serving players at Newcastle, his 7th season, first game back since dislocating his thumb in that 50 points to 30 defeat away at London. And he has had an impact interchanging with Bob Bezic, who's taking a well-earned rest. But Newcastle, they're now 5 metres out from the Bradford line. And Bezic, sorry, still out there on the field, apologies, as it goes now to Akuma Tai. And Akuma Tai, once again, looking for that killer offload. And Akuma Tai keeps hold of possession here. Couple of tackles remaining here for the Thunder. Are they about to hit the lead here as Owen Harrison is wrapped up underneath the Bradford post? On that 5th and last tackle, it goes to Shorrocks. Shorrocks tackled by Oakes, but keeps the ball going. It goes to Callum Turner. Callum Turner, too much on that one. That's gone dead in goal, and that will be huge relief, huge respite for John Keir and the Bulls. And the score remains Bradford 6, Newcastle 6.
Yeah, good defensive set there. Good kick pressure by, I think it was Jordan Lilly, wasn't it? Or Danny Brough, I can't remember now. But really good kick pressure and just leading Newcastle to play a little bit scrappy. Hopefully we just start to settle down now, knock out some sets and get some joys off back of it.
Well, John Keir has made his 3rd interchange of the afternoon as we see Sam Hallas leave the field. A successful first league appearance of the season after suffering a broken draw in that game against Featherstone Rovers in the Challenge Cup. As Ant Walker goes down the middle, the referee will stop the clock because Ant Walker has moved off the mark and he'll be told to play the ball backwards there. Akuma Tai, he was in close proximity to the Welsh international. But Bradford, you just suspect if they could get a try here before half-time. Akuma Tai has made a play for the ball. James Child's going to say that's a knock-on. And that was taken by Akuma Tai. And this should be a play the ball to the Bulls. But I think he's going to interpret, James Child, that Akuma Tai is going to say Tom Doyle should have respected the ball. So Newcastle, I think they've got away with one there.
Yeah. No, the refs are in a difficult situation, aren't they? Can only go on the information that they see and get fed in by the touch judges. It's certainly not a job I'd like, but yeah, it's a tough call. But Bulls just have to deal with it. Get back on the horse and get some defence done. Work hard in this defensive set. Stop giving away penalties and repeat. You know, just inviting pressure onto our line again. We can't afford just to sap energy on goal line D. A little bit composure, and I'm sure they'll be all right.
Well, Bradford have just conceded their 6th penalty of the afternoon. So they've conceded 6 penalties and 3 set restarts. So that's 9 times in this first half they have given Newcastle an extra set of 6. That is something that John Keir will be looking to work on at half-time. We're 8 minutes out from half-time. Newcastle, though, not going away and not folding here. Eamon O'Carroll, he talked about the 5 sets, 10-minute blocks, and Newcastle, as we said, reading and scripting the coach's manual down to a T here. They're 5 metres out. Evan Simmons is going to get to his feet. He'll play the ball. Across the face of the post here now to Owen Harrison. Harrison keeps the ball going towards Bezic. Bezic, almost like being on a waltzer at the fairground, did a little twist and a turn. Decides to take the tackle. 8 metres out now, right in front of the Bradford post. Akuma Tai, can he breach and penetrate the Bradford line? That has touched a Bradford arm as Sam Halsall back in possession here for Newcastle Thunder, and Bradford having to do a lot of defending in this first half in energy-sapping conditions. Could this be a crucial factor in the outcome of this game in the later stages? But Newcastle, they're looking for that second try, and you almost suspect now they've got to turn this pressure, this possession, into points on the board. 6-6 it remains. Bezic out a dummy half. Akuma Tai has gone without the ball. Akuma Tai won't be thanking Bob Bezic because that was a very, very ugly pass out of dummy half from Bob Bezic. And Bradford once again have kept their defensive line intact, and it remains 6 points apiece.
Yeah, I think perfect what you said. No, they'll want to be converting this pressure into points, and I think Bradford will gain some energy for defending that set. No, I think it was 2 sets or 3 sets on the line that we had to D up a little bit, and no, they'll get some energy from that now. Just need to complete, get to a kick, and then build from it.
Well, you're listening and watching the Our League stream here. It's the rearranged round 6 fixture between the Bradford Bulls and Newcastle Thunder with Mick Gledhill and Ryan Hunkin. We'll talk a bit about the academies at half-time and this first half, where Bradford are struggling a little bit here. James Child gives Bradford the 6 again. So, Danny Brough, very clever there, attacks the markers and got the 6 again. Here goes Ant Walker down the middle with the impact. 25 metres there. It's another 6 again here. Kieran Gill just stopping the play of the ball as Jordan Lilly's now lost it. And no sooner have Bradford been given a 6 again, they lose their composure. And Jordan Lilly comes up with an error, 20 out from the Newcastle try line. A frustrating afternoon by everybody's standards. 6-6 it remains.
Yeah, when it gets like this, you just need to knuckle down, complete sets like we spoke to before. I feel like a bit of a broken record, to be honest, you're going on about it. But no, Jordan and he'll be upset about that. But I think Ant Walker's been outstanding, coming off at bench and making some inroads in the runs he's been doing, and it's been outstanding so far.
Well, Newcastle Thunder perhaps seeing an early benefit of Seymour Curdy and Dennis Bett's decision to go full time. What a fantastic first half showing it has been by the men in the northeast. Really, really having a dig, having a go, frustrating the Bradford Bulls as Sam Halsall takes on Jordan Lilly, the 19-year-old, on loan from the Wigan Warriors. He fronted up and enjoying that one as Bob Bezic now goes down the middle. Bezic's wrapped up on the last tackle. Tom Doyle had to come in, ball and all tackle as the 2 9s connect. Dean now to Halsall, Halsall to Johnson, back inside to Gill. That's the last tackle, and 6-6 it remains. But oh my God, Sam Halsall, Jordan Lilly getting familiar with each other there. Big crunching hit up.
I think you could just see a little bit of frustration there from Jordan on his previous mistake, but yeah, certainly some good contact there. They're moving the ball about well in Newcastle. They're having us to some offloads and making us defence be really reactive and on the ball throughout the full set of 6.
Well, only 2 previous meetings between Bradford and Newcastle. Bradford winning both games, which took place in the 2018 League One season. Here at Odsall, 24 points to 4, with Brandon Pickersgill scoring a try that afternoon. Newcastle, when as Gateshead did play Bradford twice in 1999. Gateshead Thunder losing both games against the Bradford Bulls. Bradford now on that last tackle inside the Newcastle half. Ellis Robson to his feet, Doyle to Brough, Callum Turner under pressure, Evans palms it back, Ellis Robson has the ball, Grubbers in into the in-goal area, kick chase pressure from Robson, and Ellis Robson very nearly emulating what Reece Dean had done at the start of this game and grounding the ball for a Bradford try. It was only the intervention from Alex Clegg, who has kicked the ball dead, and Bradford at the end of this first half have forced a goal line dropout.
Yeah, fantastic by Alex Robson. Just being really reactive and playing a bit off the cuff, but they'll be happy with that, and hopefully, we'll get a point, get a try here, and we'll go into half time. I don't think the message will be any different if they do from John and Mark, but certainly it'll boost some energy if we do get some points from this.
The restart from the boot of Manny Wright has gone straight to Eben Skur, and you can see Eben Skur there. He's made 10 metres. Here goes Ant Walker. 90 seconds remaining at the end of this first half. Doyle to Brough. Lilly to England. England inside that Newcastle 10-metre line, struggling to keep hold of the ball there, the former Doncaster man, and manages to maintain possession. Referee's going to stop the clock here because Kieran Gill has had an injury here, and the touch judge has just come on. And I'm not quite sure what happened there, Ryan, but
I think he's saying that he's possibly stripped the ball and one-on-one, and it's Newcastle ball.
He's going to say the ball has been lost by Brad England in that tackle. and it will be an error for the Bradford Bulls. They're 6th in this first half. And just trying to flip the coin here ever so slightly, Ryan. 2 energy-sapping games against London and York. Are we seeing an effect of that, or is John not going to make those kind of excuses?
No, I don't think that's... them games give you energy. No, the mood around the camp had been high, had been good, and they'll go into this game full of confidence. Maybe, the 4 changes have a little bit of impact on it, and getting them lads combinations right and timings right back from injury and stuff like that can potentially have a little impact, but they adapt to it quite quickly, and I think it's just been a little bit scrappy. Just need to settle down a bit and get a foothold in game.
Well, it's still 6 points apiece. It's the tries from Jordan Lilly and Reece Dean. The difference here, as we see Evan Simmons brought down on the 5th and last tackle as we are seconds away from hearing the half-time hooter. It goes to Reece Dean. He kicks it into touch, and that's going to turn the Bradford Bulls around 15 metres out from their own try line. And I go back to Eamon O'Carroll talking about keeping it simple. We know that Newcastle this week have focused on ball control and execution, and they are completing at high 80%, and it shows on the scoreboard. Half-time here at Odsal Stadium. This one far from over. The result highly in doubt. It's Bradford 6, Newcastle 6, and all the credit and all the plaudits have to go to Eamon O'Carroll's Newcastle Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, if you're completing at 80%, you'd want more points on board, so that's a big positive for Bradford, that they're not behind. They're going in level pegging, and there'll be some words. No, there were some words spoken in the changing room about what we want to fix up and what we can't control. But from a Bradford point of view, where the stress that's been on his shoulders has been huge. But we're not a club that feels sorry for itself and look for excuses. We've gone through enough turmoil to know how to deal with stuff, and that's what we're doing. And I think just from that carry there, I think you'll probably understand what John's been saying in at half time.
Well, we're back underway here, the start of the second half. Bradford with first use of the ball, played towards the Rewley Avenue terracing, and already Bradford with fire in their bellies, and Eben Skur carries Bradford up to halfway. But from myself, Mick Gledel, Ryan Hunkin, also John Bastian, and also the people at Castleford Tigers, we all want to thank the Rugby Football League, Dave Rotherham, Paul Medley, Ralph Frimmer, for re-evaluating and looking at that decision as Doyle finds Ellis Robson, and Robson is going to go underneath the posts here. So from talking about the academy to talking about Bradford's second try of the afternoon, great support play from Ellis Robson. He was on the inside down the middle, and just like Bradford did at the start of this first half, they have opened the scoring on their first possession. And what a try that was. It was Tom Doyle who created it. He went past the markers, sucked in Callum Turner, and Ellis Robson. He now has 3 tries in 3 games for the Bradford Bulls.
Yes, fantastic carries in yardage, and academy product Thomas Doyle carving it up through middle from a quick play of the ball as a typical Thomas Doyle work. He's fantastic out of there. His speed and strength out of there, and his delivery now is outstanding. So yeah, really pleased for Thomas, and Ellis Robson just backing up and pushing on a good play.
Danny Brough adds the extra 2 from in front, and it's Bradford Bulls 12, Newcastle Thunder 6 here at Odsal Stadium. And I was just about to ask you, Ryan, what do you reckon John Keir has said at half-time? I think Bradford have just answered what John Keir said at half-time.
Yeah, just back to basics. Get the ball, carry strong, play the ball, carry strong again, get to a kick and test their resolve with some strong defence. The carries then had some great intent to them, and the push around it was... we'll see this fantastic barnstorming run by Ant Walker.
So Bradford on the restart, hungry, looking for more points. Brandon Pickers allowed a dummy half on the second tackle. Evan Simmons there. Also Mary Wright, the 2 Newcastle defenders. Here's the try scorer, Robson. 22 years of age. He had a 2-try debut for the Bulls against London 2 rounds ago, making his 3rd appearance in the red, amber and black this afternoon here, as we see Eben Sker now caught high. Referee James Child playing the advantage. No advantage. Penalty right in front of the posts. But Danny Brough might decide to find touch here. Bradford have a player down in back play, and the referee is going to stop the clock here.
I don't know if it was taken off the ball. I didn't see the incident, but I don't know if that's what the penalty's for, or the high tackle on... yeah, I don't know.
I think it's the high tackle on Eben Sker. I think it was the trailing arm. But the referee is going to stop the clock here. Bradford have a man down on the deck. And we could just see the Bradford Bulls doctor and physio just coming across to make sure. I think it's Brad England, is it?
Yeah, I think it's Brad England.
Brad England's just down on his back there, receiving a bit of attention, the former Doncaster and Castleford Academy man. But Tom Doyle almost stealing the thank you to the Rugby Football League there. But Ryan, look, it's clear that the RFL have now undertaken extensive consultation, and I think everybody in the sport now can rightfully move on. And like you say, it's up to the clubs now, Bradford, Castleford, Hulkington Rovers and the rest of those elite academies, to maintain and adhere to the high standards that Dave Rover and Paul Medley and Ralph Rimmer expect. Yeah,
100%, and we're aware of that, and we're putting things in place already to get to them, get to that status, and I don't think we're miles off. We develop players, end of, and whether it's for Super League, whether it's for England, Great Britain, or whether it's for Championship and League One. As you see in here, you've got Liam McAvoy playing for Newcastle Thunder, who's come through Bradford Academy. You'll have a number of Bradford players, Pickersgill, Joe Brown, Thomas Doyle, players that come through Bradford systems. Not mentioning the lads who have gone to ULKR and kicked on and gone to our NRL. There's a number of players that come through our systems, and what Lee Beattie's been doing for a number of years is developing kids into young adults who can play rugby league.
Ellis Robson underneath the post here for the Bradford Bulls. Doyle to Ant Walker. Ant Walker has crashed over the line, and what a moment for Ant Walker. 4 years out from the professional game, on his 4th appearance for the Bradford Bulls. He has his first try in over 4 years. What a moment for that man. Welsh international Ant Walker, none more deserving for the impact that he has provided John Keir and the Bradford Bulls.
He's been outstanding since taking to the field. His runs have caused some damage, and like I said, the stuff he's doing now will get the joys on back in 60th, 70th minute. Outstanding run by Ant, and yeah, really pleased for him to get on the try sheet.
Ant Walker missed the last 2. John Keir bringing him in for Dan Fleming this afternoon, and what an impact. Bradford 2 quick-fire tries, and Danny Brough adds the extra 2 points there. So here at Odsal Stadium, Mick Gledhill, Ryan Hunkin on the Our League app and Our League platforms. It is Bradford Bulls 18, Newcastle Thunder 6, and now question will turn to Newcastle Thunder and how they stop this Bradford Bulls momentum.
Yeah, Eamon O'Carroll will be looking for a reaction here and getting his lads back into the grind. But I just see a different side from Bradford. I see a little bit more intent from what they're doing, and if they carry on this way, they'll take some stopping.
So Bradford on the restart here with Eben Sker. Once again, Bradford just upping that intensity as Brad Gallagher. That was a huge, thunderous collision there with Matty Wright. Danny Brough is saying to the touch judge that was above the shoulder. Danny Brough protesting here. James Child will stop the clock. And Matty Wright, well, I think he's been given the benefit of the doubt there by referee James Child. As we see on the replay, it's Danny Brough out of dummy half to Gallagher. Oh, there's contact with the head there, but I think it's accidental. Still contact with the head though. Nothing that I don't think. Yeah, Danny Brough, you could see there the gesture. First at the shoulder, and then it's bounced up into Brad Gallagher's chin. And Brad Gallagher, he might have to go for a HIA, which the Bradford Bulls physio, yeah, there we go. Brad Gallagher might not play any further part here this afternoon. And the young back row forward one of those 9 homegrown players in this Bradford team this afternoon. He will leave the field for a 10-minute head injury assessment.
Yeah, let me tell you, there's not too many tougher than Brad Gallagher. He has got some steel about what he does.
Well, just to recap what happened in the first half elsewhere, Halifax, they have now made it 3 wins on the bounce. They dispatched Sheffield at the Shea 46-12, and in the 1895 Cup, York have booked their place at Wembley, defeating Swinton by 36 points to 22. Bradford given another 6 again here. Newcastle just chancing the arm with the referee James Child, and now Bradford a fresh set of 6 inside that Newcastle half as Eben Skur makes 10 metres down the middle. Second tackle gone here. We've already seen tries at the start of this second half for Robson and Walker, and Bradford now 25 metres out from that Newcastle try line, with tackles and credit remaining in the bank as it goes down the middle here with Wilson. 4th tackle gone now. 18 metres out. Bradford just advancing closer. Lovely little reverse pass there from Brough to Doyle. Last tackle in front of the post. Goes back towards Doyle, goes to Pickersgill. Pickersgill crossfield kick, looking for Goulding over on that left-hand edge. Palms it back towards Evans. Evans back to Goulding. Goulding detects the tackle. Brough was calling for it. Bit of a mix-up. It ended up with Pickersgill. And in the end, Bradford cannot add to their total. And Newcastle will breathe a huge sigh of relief.
Yeah, I don't think Oliver Wilson was too happy about being in a dummy half. It's not where he wants to find himself. But again, just composure. They completed the set. They didn't have to worry about, kick return or like that. It's just completed the set. I think Ashton did the right thing in just handing ball over there and getting back on horse defensively and testing their resolve with their carries.
Well, Newcastle, they've arrived here this afternoon, really scrapping for every point, standing up. They've gone out there and showed tremendous commitment and effort and passion for the shirt. And if they can keep up this performance, they'll certainly make a game of it in this second half. Bezic, Shorrocks, Akumatai down that middle. Last tackle though for the Thunder, just up to halfway. Shorrocks, difficult one for Pickersgill. No kick chase though, so Pickersgill allowed ample time to target his eyes on the ball that was coming down from the sky. And now Bradford Bulls back in possession, leading by 18 points to 6 here. We've had 10 minutes gone of this second half. Been a tough afternoon for John Kerr and the Bulls. They had that blistering start with Jordan Lilly in the first half. 2 tries in 5 minutes at the start of the second half. They don't want that intensity to drop as we see Goulding make big meters. Now Oliver Wilson, both on loan from the Huddersfield Giants. Lilly now to Brough. Brough offloads the ball to Evans. Evans, a bit of a mazy run across the post, goes on the angle. Great footwork there from Rhys Evans. Last tackle here for the Bradford Bulls. Danny Brough pulls the trigger. Callum Turner takes that one. Jordan Lilly wraps him up. Good kick, good chase, good take from Callum Turner.
Yeah, just like we spoke about in first half, just letting them build pressure, getting to the game now, getting into a little bit of a chess game, and just seeing who's gonna crack first. Some 2 good sets from Bradford, and we'll just continue to build pressure. Some good sets from Newcastle as well. They're chancing their arm a little bit. I think Kumatai's been added some energy to them when he came on. Just a little bit of a let off there from Bradford, but. Yeah, let's get back on horse, get some defence done and work hard in yardage.
Tom Doyle just going a little bit high there on Rhys Dean. Newcastle's first penalty of this second half. And they now will ask some questions of this Bradford Bulls defence. But what a moment that was for Ant Walker a couple of moments ago. 4 years out, told he had to retire on medical grounds. He is back with a bang, and he wants a big 2021, so he is in contention for John Keir's Welsh squad for that World Cup in October. But here come Newcastle. Kieran Gill looking for try number 8 of the season, and Kieran Gill will get try number 8 of the season. And Newcastle, after conceding back-to-back tries from Robinson and Walker, they now come back and they've narrowed the gap further still here, 18 points to 10.
Just playing nice and direct, quick play the balls and just being nice and direct. No too fancy. I was just about to say, we needed a win defensively. We needed something to slow that play the ball down, but all credit to Newcastle. They're just playing nice and direct, getting quick play the balls and just making good meters.
Kieran Gill, well, look at this for a stat. He's in appearance number 34 for Newcastle Thunder, and that is try 43. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Like Leslie Vinacolo stats.
Well, look at his 2019 stats. 23 appearances, 28 tries. And already round 6 rearranged. Newcastle's 7th game of the season, and he's got 8.
Be on bonus payments for tries.
Kieran Gill has given Newcastle a lifeline here after Ellis Robson and Ant Walker had wrestled some momentum back. This a crucial kick from Dean between the posts. And we have a 6-point game of rugby league here in this rearranged Betfred Championship round 6 game. It's Bradford Bulls 18, Newcastle Thunder 12. The side scrapping for every point. They will just not go away.
No, staying in there. No, conceding 2 tries after half time. Testing their resolve and they've shown some steel and come back into it and got the rewards off back of it.
Tom Doyle leaves the field for the Bradford Bulls as Danny Brough goes straight on this narrow side towards Manny Wright. Samoan international, made 5 appearances, but as we said, over 140 career games in the NRL. This is a very much changed Newcastle side from recent seasons. And as we said, Seymour Curdy, Dennis Betts, Mick Hogan, Eamon O'Carroll, everyone at Newcastle Thunder deciding that a full-time environment is going to aid and abet their chances of surviving and staying up this season. I suspect Newcastle Thunder, they are just at the start of what is going to be an incredible journey over the next 5 to 10 years. Akuma Tai now to Shorrocks. Shorrocks to Wright. Wright head down. He's brought down on the last. Juggled there from Bailey. Keeps hold of possession. Shorrocks crossfield kick. Looking to put pressure over on that left-hand side, but they allow Halsall to take possession, and the Wigan youngster smothered there by D. Foggin Johnson and Rhys Evans, and Bradford have possession back at 18 points to 12. Bradford are going to know now, Ryan, that they're back in that arm wrestle.
Yeah, straight back into it. Newcastle, good set there, just doing the basics right and turn the ball over in R20. We'll have to get back in that chess game and just go tit for tat and bat out and see who cracks first again. Again, they'll just be reiterating basics, carry strong, get over your opponent, get a quick play of the ball and play off the back of it.
Sam Hallis about to come on for the Bradford Bulls. John Keir's 5th interchange of the afternoon. Ant Walker leaves the field. Sam Hallis comes on. He's the Bulls' chief enthusiasm officer, as John Keir calls him. As Lilly now fires a short pass to Wilson. Bradford 20 metres out in front of the Newcastle post. Danny Brough perfectly weighted. A kick on the last. Looking to put Callum Turner under pressure. Has Jordan Lilly pinched it? He has. But Jordan Lilly is tackled 2 metres out from the Newcastle line. And it's Rhys Dean, 24 years of age. He really does have that running game and a very dynamic threat for the Thunder. And he was not so much his running game there, but his position he'll play to make sure Jordan Lilly was wrapped up short of the line, as we see the former Witnessman Jack Johnson just go out of dummy half over on that far stand side as they just go down this left edge, keeping it tight. Newcastle with Sam Halsall, 19 years of age, won a couple of academic grand finals for Wigan, made his Super League debut last year, although it was a disappointing debut 42 points defeat against St Helens, and I think, if I can remember rightly, he spent 10 minutes in the sin bin for a late tackle, but he's enjoying life in the North East. Newcastle on the last tackle with Shorrocks. Once again, Reece Dean asking questions of Brandon Pickersgill, and Brandon Pickersgill has just been smothered and flattened there by Matty Wright.
Yeah, I think the crowd were a little bit upset. I think Brandon was tackled just off his feet. I don't know if the timing were bang on from that, I'm unsure, but yeah, a little bit of unrest from the Bradford Bulls faithful.
Ross Oakes just calming things down here for Bradford. Well, you might be calling upon Danny Brough and Jordan Lilly in that game management. Certainly, Newcastle going toe-to-toe here with the Bradford Bulls. A tremendous performance from Eamon O'Carroll's side. This will really give them hope for the rest of the season ahead, whatever happens here in the final 22.5 minutes or so. Skur plays the ball on halfway. Danny Brough kicks early in the count. Newcastle have let that one bounce. Jordan Lilly very nearly recovered possession from that bouncing ball and nearly had try number 2 of the afternoon for the Bradford Bulls.
Just enthusiastic kick chase, not giving up on any efforts, and I think that's Jordan's game, isn't it? He's very energetic, and he feeds energy to other people around him, and stuff like that. He'll do exactly that. He'll feed energy to Bradford side, and they'll get the benefits from that.
How's the blood pressure of Jack Johnson? Because he was happy to let that one bounce.
Yeah, he's very calm under pressure, but I don't think Eamon O'Carroll will have same blood pressure with that.
Newcastle just moving the ball. Bob Bezic, one of the most experienced players, wearing a Newcastle Thunder shirt. I tell you what, Bob Bezic's experience in game management, not to mention his ability to remain calm under pressure, that could be crucial as the game enters the latter stages. Shorrocks gets his kick away under pressure from Hallis on the halfway line. Joe Brown takes it on this main stand side and decides to take the tackle there under good kick chase pressure, not only from Connor Bailey, but Matty Wright, the Newcastle Thunder defender, who wrapped up the Bradford Academy prospect. Joe Brown just a couple of metres in from touch.
Just turned into a nice battle, Mick. Both sides just completing the sets, getting to a kick. No one wanting to risk anything. No one wanting to get that seven tackle set or repeat sets. We're just happy to bat sets out and go toe-to-toe to each other.
Ashton Golding in there at dummy half. Jordan Lilly looks for a 40-20. There's no one at home for Newcastle Thunder. Jordan Lilly, it's not going to be ruled a 40-20. The fans think otherwise. There's boos and jeers, but the touch judge a lot closer to the action, and I think that one was out on the full. And now Bradford, from having a six tackle set, 20 metres out, Ryan, they're going to have to do defending 40 metres out from their own try line. Although Liam McAvoy's receiving attention on the halfway line, so referee James Child will stop the clock. That was close, marginal, but I think the officials have got that one right.
Well, I'll just give it kiss of death, didn't I? I just said happy to bat sets out and not wanting to make mistakes, and then 2 plays later we go for a 40-20 and it's out on full.
Fine margins. Yeah, Liam McAvoy is going to have to leave the field with a HIA, another head injury assessment. Brad Gallagher is down talking to Tom Doyle and Steve Crossley, so looks like Brad Gallagher might be able to come back on. But we're just waiting for Liam McAvoy to leave the field. So Liam McAvoy leaves the field.
Just be good just to get this set, soak up some goal line pressure, gain some confidence off back of it, and then get ball in hand. But I'm sure Newcastle have some say in that, whether they're turning that player back in on side all the time. We've got to keep active on his blind side every time and be reactive to what they chuck at us.
Chance here now for Newcastle to post their 3rd try of the afternoon. The sun has come from behind the clouds as Dean gives it to Shorrocks. A lovely cut-out ball And Shorrocks finally dealt with there by Ashton Goulding and Danny Brough. And we're going to see a double interchange here from John Keir. Brad Gallagher back out there, so too with Steve Crossley, as Mikey Wood is brought down on the last tackle for Newcastle in front of the Bradford post. It goes to Shorrocks. Shorrocks looks for the runners, misses out Bailey. Ross Oakes recovers possession for the Bradford Bulls. And that was a little bit flat, a little bit sloppy there from Newcastle on that last tackle option.
Yeah, great reactions by Ross Oakes, but yeah, like I say, just a little bit flat, really out of options. Yeah, just want to, well, they want to complete that set and just build pressure. Like I say, I keep saying these things, but it's a simple game. It's rugby. You've just got to complete sets, build pressure, and then seal cracks. I know Steve Crossley will come on and add some experience in there, and he'll be talking them things up.
Steve Crossley to his feet, plays the ball. Goulding now to Hallis. Hallis is brought down just shy of halfway. Good pressure on this Newcastle defence, restricting Bradford there to just 40 metres as Danny Brough. That one just stays in the field of play there for Alex Clegg. And Clegg decides to go for a run himself. Owen Harrison was asking for the ball, but he decided to take the tackle there. And we're now going to see Callum Turner move in that dummy half roll. And this game really on a knife edge, firmly in the balance as Jack Johnson gets a quick play of the ball in. Here goes Clegg again, straight into Gallagher. Newcastle, you feel, just happy where this game is at this moment in time. Despite trailing by 18 points to 12, it has been a terrific performance from Eamon O'Carroll's side. As Sam Hallis and Oliver Wilson, the two Bradford defenders there. As Bob Bezic gives the ball to Halsall. Halsall back to Bezic. Bezic goes on an angled run. And that's the last tackle here for Newcastle Thunder. 30 metres out. In centre field, Rhys Dean looks straight down the front and kicks to Joe Brown. Joe Brown takes that one with aplomb. And he will be brought down by Connor Bailey and Jake Shorrocks in that two-man tackle. But you can see what's happening here. Newcastle happy to go through the motions with just under 20 minutes remaining, Ryan. You know, they're putting the pressure on in defence. They're now turning Bradford around and happy for Bradford to attack from deep. Yeah,
they'll be in the 6th unit now with Eamon O'Carroll looking at them taking 10-minute blocks, and they'll want to build pressure and just get through the sets. Stuff like that.
Brandon Pickersgill's away. Pickersgill past Callum Turner. Pickersgill going. Pickersgill brought down 5 metres out in front of the Newcastle post on that 5th and last tackle. Goulding's in at dummy half. It goes to Danny Brough. The clock will be stopped. Bradford have a player down. Newcastle puffing and panting. It will still be a last tackle play 5 metres out underneath the Newcastle post. And Bradford might just set up Brough or Lilly here for what could be a crucial point come the end scheme of things. But that was a lovely, lovely line break there from Brandon Pickersgill, Ryan Hunkin.
Yeah, fantastic. Just push play. But like you say, I think game management might come into play. A nice 1 point here. It'll settle nerves a little bit and take 2 scores. Take us to 2 scores away.
Well, if the message does come on from John Keir through Mark Dunning, then this would be the 6th goal line drop. 6th drop goal of the season. So, just a little bit of a cause for concern here. Play stopped. What would you do, Ryan? Did you go for a little grubber kick in? Pickersgill's got the all clear. It was his run.
Looking where Jordan's setting up here, I'd look at 1 point myself. I'd look for
Could be a crucial play. Puts daylight between the two sides as we hit the final 15 minutes.
Just takes away that little bit of pressure. But a repeat set would be welcome as well. Well, that's what we're looking for.
Well, Brandon Pickersgill leaves the field. This is the last tackle. It goes back to Danny Brough, and Danny Brough, cool as you like, sends that one between the posts, and Bradford do get drop goal number 6 of the season. Danny Brough's 4th, and there we go. That is that game management that Danny Brough has brought to the side.
just don't know how Newcastle react from this. Body language wise, they look a little bit deflated from it. Hopefully they'll continue to work hard, and no doubt they will, but continue to try and get something out of this game, which it's still with 15 minutes left or 13 minutes left, it's still all to play for.
Well, Bradford Bulls 19, Newcastle Thunder 12, and the fact that Bradford have had to go for a drop goal, Ryan, with 15 minutes left, indicates just the respect and the performance that Newcastle have put into this performance this afternoon. Fully committed, Bradford know they have been in one heck of a battle.
Oh, they do. The contact out there has been really strong. A little bit of error-ridden game and penalties and stuff like that, but it's served. It's turned the sport into a little bit of a spectacle today, because it's been a bit of an arm wrestle, and they've had to fight their way to get some points.
Well, Bradford are on the restart, leading by 7 points, 2-score advantage, 19 points to 12. Jordan Lilly now to Goulding. The Stanley Community Connection. As Bradford just shy of that halfway line. Evans in there at dummy half. Jordan Lilly wants to take on that Newcastle Thunder defensive line, but Wild comes across. Also, Owen Harrison in that tackle. They're on the last tackle now, Bradford. Goes back to Danny Brough. That's going to be a difficult one here for Callum Turner. But Turner, all the time in the world there. Bradford kick chase flagged offside by the referee, so they had to give Callum Turner 10 metres. Don't want to give any penalties away here in the closing stages, but Danny Brough, once again, showing that experience. And as we said at the start, if Bradford are to have any success on the field in 2021, then Danny Brough is going to be integral to it. We're about to see Akuma Tai come back out on the field for the final quarter of this game as Newcastle advance forward here with Bob Bezic. Bezic, over 400 career games in his experience bank. Last tackle, though, for Newcastle. They need points, and quick, as Shorrocks gets the kick away, rushed under pressure, but Joe Brown exceptionally well takes the tackle, and that will be possession back in the hands of the Bradford Bulls. Where's this game going, Ryan, as we approach the final 10 minutes?
Yeah, I'm not too sure, to be honest, at the minute. Newcastle don't seem to be chancing their hand at the minute. No, still some good time to go, but they're just happy to bat sets out and keep it a close game. Bradford are now two tries ahead, or 2 scores ahead. So I think they'll be the same. They'll just want to continue to complete the sets, get away from good ball, get away from their own try line, and make Newcastle work for every inch that they get. Steve
Crossley takes 3 purple-shirted Newcastle defenders there. Real captain's knock from him this afternoon. Back in centre field to Danny Brough. He will split Clegg and Turner. Just a little bit too much there from Danny Brough. 7 tackle set coming up here for Newcastle Thunder. Yeah, that just allows Bradford to get in, allows Newcastle to have an opportunity on our line, and that's what we're not wanting. Well, me personally, I'm not wanting Newcastle to have an opportunity in our 20. Well, we said at the start it was going to be a real acid test for John Keir and the Bradford Bulls this afternoon, and let's just emphasise, acid test, it has. Newcastle, they've kept it simple, and if that was the game plan from Eamon O'Carroll, to play it in those segments, those stages, Newcastle have come out on top on a number of those key periods. Credit to the Bulls defence though, and that's the Bulls defence at its effective best, as Sam Hallis and Steve Crossley put the squeeze on Akuma Tai, and the Tongan international has lost the ball, and now Bradford have a chance to put this game to bed, because a 4th try for Bradford would surely be too much of a mountain for Newcastle to climb here at Odsall this afternoon. A baking hot afternoon as Rhys Evans now goes on a run. 20 metres out from that Newcastle try line. Defogging Johnston's in there at dummy half. Goes to Brough. Down the middle with Wilson, who puts a big don't argue. A big fend there on Nathan Wild. A quick play the ball for good measure. To Brough, to Lilly. Lilly takes the line on, offloads the ball, and that's good scrambling defence there from Newcastle. Bradford knocking right on that door. It goes to Danny Brough. Danny Brough out the back door to Lilly. Lilly, like a back row forward, tries to reach out, and he's upended on top of that Newcastle line. A tackle remaining. Brough to Ross Oakes. Ross Oakes reaches out and scores, and it's a penalty to Newcastle because the tackle was completed. Jake Shorrocks had made sure Ross Oakes' ball carrying arm had hit the turf, and it was just ever so tempting for Ross Oakes to reach out, promote the ball and score, and that try will not count, and it remains 19 points to 12. Bradford ever so close.
Yeah, I don't know how you can not go for it, but it's disciplined areas like that where Ross Oakes will have to be a little bit smarter to not reach out when he's made the tackle, and then we turn the ball over on the goal line instead of them getting out of their 20.
Well, we're inside the final 10 minutes as Newcastle now advance forward. A rare line break from them. This one's not over yet. If Newcastle can get a third try and get themselves back in this game. Halsall goes running out of dummy half with venom and purpose, and he's pushed back on his Bradford's 40-metre line. I was just going to say, Ryan, we're in the final 10 minutes. We'll ask you for the Our League man of the match in a moment, so I'll let you get your thinking cap on. But Newcastle, they're on the last tackle in front of the Bradford post, 30 metres out. Shorrocks takes aim. Defogging Johnson loses it backwards. That's a penalty. Defogging Johnson taken out in the air by Jack Johnson. And that is going to run time and seconds off the clock. Bradford leading by 19 points to 12. Sam Halsall there, also adjudged in that tackle with Jack Johnson to have just put a little bit of pressure on Defogging Johnson. So Rhys Evans, he'll give the ball to Defogging Johnson. He'll tap it. Energy sapping conditions here. Well, whatever happens now for Newcastle as Hallis goes down the middle, they have a must-win game against Swinton next week at Haywood Road. What a game that promises to be for Bradford. If they are to hold on here and make it 7 in a row, they will go to Post Office Road, where Featherstone Rovers will lie and rate in the graveyard. Bradford have not won there in their last 5 visits. You've got to go back to 2015 to Bradford's last win at Post Office Road. Here goes Thomas Doyle. Bradford looking for that knockout, that punch, that puts this game to bed. Danny Brough to Gallagher. Gallagher tries to reach out and score. He's on top of the Newcastle line. He's still going there. Last tackle, says referee James Child. Brough, Grubber's one in. It's come off the post. There's a try here to the Bradford Bulls. Steve Crossley will win the game. Set, match. Bradford Bulls 23. Newcastle Thunder 12. The game management and brilliance from Danny Brough once again paving the way for a Bradford victory.
I think it just shows the game today and what Newcastle have brought. Shows the competitiveness that's in the championship at the minute. There's no easy games, or Newcastle down in 12th place, but still competing for 75, 78 minutes. The stuff that they're chucking out is highly competitive and tough rugby.
Well, Danny Brough, credit where credit's due. He played that off the left-hand post protector, and as you've just seen there on the replay, it was a bit of a schmozzle. Steve Crossley picking the ball up and putting it down, and Danny Brough goes out to 4 from 4 this afternoon, and it is Bradford 25, Newcastle 12. Perhaps a little bit cruel on Newcastle there, but we did see a bit of Newcastle look at the start of the game with Rhys Dean getting a fortuitous palm back by Danny Brough. But in this game of rugby league, Ryan, you have to create your own luck. Who is the Our League man of the match and why?
I was going to go for Brandon Pickersgill, but I've got to go for Danny Brough. I think his game management, his kicking game, although early doors his kicking game wasn't the best, he's fixed that up. His second half, he's calmed down and just completed the sets and moved the team around the pitch. And yeah, certainly deserves man of the match.
So Bradford's number 6, Danny Brough, once again getting the Our League man of the match. Last week it was given by Morgan Smith of the York City Knights, so there cannot be any Bradford bias thrown at these nominations. But Danny Brough, as we said, he is going to be integral to any success that the Bradford Bulls achieve in 2021. So Danny Brough, the Our League man of the match. 9 crucial points in this game as Oliver Wilson's gone without the ball. So closing minutes of this one, a chance for Newcastle to get a little bit of consolation as we see Liam McAvoy catch Bradford's marker defence offside inside the 10. I think if one criticism's going to be aimed at the Bulls and John Keane, the frustration is probably going to be the penalties, the ill discipline and the set restarts, although the second half has seen a remarkable improvement on what we saw in the first half. But credit where credit's due. Newcastle really having a good go here, and they've had Bradford in an arm wrestle for a good 70 minutes of this match. Bradford backed up on their own 10-metre line as Conor Bailey will play the ball a little bit gingerly and groggily there after that two-man tackle from Crossley and Gallagher. Nathan Wild decides to go down the middle. They're 8 metres out. They can smell and taste that Bradford Bulls try line. Bezic, will he go himself? Misses out a Kumatai. Off the bootlaces. Newcastle lost a little bit of ground and momentum there. Bradford's defence holding firm, standing tall. 2 more tackles to go on this Funder set of 6 as Callum Turner plays the ball underneath the post. It goes to Shorrocks, to Dean, to Gill. Gill, his run halted there by Ellis Robson and Tom Doyle. Last tackle here for Newcastle Funder. Bezic pinches one out of dummy half. Draws it to the line, back to Shorrocks. Ball is live. Shorrocks dancing, skipping, palms it out to Househall. Househall towards the Bradford line. Househall's run halted, extinguished. Bradford still lead 25 points to 12.
Yeah, good defensive set. I just think the game in general has been a really tough battle. They've had to grind this game out. It's been tough, but I think it'll benefit Bradford. I think if they come into the game and carried on, blew Newcastle off the park, I don't think going forward that would have been advantageous for Bradford. I think being in this battle, being in this grind, introducing four players returning, they won't be happy with the performance, but 2 points on the board, and they'll be happy with the grind.
And quite rightly, a start is a start. You can look at a number of stats, and whilst there has been 4 changes this afternoon with Gallagher, Hallis, Foggin Johnson, Walker coming in, there's still 8 of a presence out there from the Bradford Bulls. But listen, I think we have to give a lot of credit to Newcastle Funder, and when we catch up with Eamon O'Carroll at full time, I'm sure he will be absolutely delighted that he has forced Bradford into a real tough arm wrestle this afternoon. And like we said, when Danny Brough, with 15 minutes left, put over that 1-pointer, that was showing Newcastle the utmost respect as Jordan Lilly gets to his feet and he'll play the ball. We're in the final minutes here at Odsal Stadium. Bradford 25, Newcastle 12. Bradford heading for 7 wins on the bounce. John Kea's strongest start to a season in the Championship with the Bradford Bulls. Well, you've given Danny Brough the man of the match there, Ryan, and he's just dropped the ball with no pressure.
I'll give some kiss of death today, mate, I tell you.
Well, we can see him there on the screen. Danny Brough, the Our League man of the match. He leaves the field. He has done enough.
Hopefully it's not an injury. It's carrying his arm a little bit, but hopefully that's just precautionary. But we'll see.
Yeah, look to this be a little bit of a complaint with Danny Brough's right arm. I'm sure the doctor and the physios will be checking on that now. Below our commentary position here on the terrace. And
I just think from a Newcastle point of view, we've got to applaud their efforts today, but also the owner to back these guys going to full time with a quest to Super League. To see Newcastle Thunder in Super League will be a massive boost for the game for me in the North East, and for players up there. I think you've got to applaud people like that to put some money into this game, which is outstanding.
I've already put the feelers out. I fancy a bit of a career in the North East. Only joking. Newcastle on that last tackle now. Kieran Gill, he's added to his tally this afternoon as Reece Dean, another tricky test here for Goulding. McAvoy was probing and hunting, but Goulding, I think he was doing a bit of a somersault there on the Odsal turf. He recovered possession, and Bradford now will put this game to bed with their final set of 6 this afternoon here. 25 points to 12. It's been a real tough test, but as we said, Newcastle Thunder there will leave Odsal full of praise. Certainly their season is now looking more optimistic than pessimistic, and what a fantastic game that promises to be next Sunday against the Swinton Lions. Jordan Lilly offloading the ball to Walker. Walker gets to his feet. Here goes Rhys Evans. Gaps appearing now for Bradford to try and exploit. They're up to halfway on that last tackle, says referee James Child. Ashton Goulding goes short towards Lilly. Lilly's kick touched a Newcastle player, still last, wasn't played for. Rhys Evans will look to put Clegg under pressure. Done exceptionally well there. Alex Clegg has skipped past Rhys Evans. Pickersgill body checks him. Rhys Evans turns and hunts down his prey. The purple-shirted young Alex Clegg, one of the homegrown players in this Newcastle side. Great to see, let me tell you. After a turbulent week for everybody involved, or a turbulent 2 weeks for everyone involved, with academies and scholarships, you know, hopefully the next 2 years we will see tremendous growth. Although Newcastle have just gone without the ball here, so Bradford will get another repeat set of 6 here in the closing seconds. Perhaps it might be a little bit unkind if Bradford breach that Newcastle line again, but here goes Ant Walker, straight down that middle, protecting the ball, hungry and enthusiastic. Doyle to Lilly, to Pickersgill. Pickersgill takes the line on. Brandon Pickersgill, has he got the ball down? The referee says Brandon Pickersgill is held up, and he's denied his 28th career try for the Bradford Bulls. And Brandon has to go back to the 10. We're in the 3rd minute of added on time here, and the referee's going to stop the clock because Ashton Goulding was with Rhys Dean in the Newcastle in goal area. Ryan Hunkin.
I think the impact that Ant Walker's made throughout has he's been close to being man at match, to be honest. I think he's been outstanding today with his carries and his defence, building them minutes with his engine. So expecting more from him, to be honest. I want him to kick on from this and really set a marker out for that World Cup spot at Wales team.
Brandon Pickersgill plays the ball. Jordan Lilly now. Ellis Robson on that right channel. We'll hopefully get an injury update as well on Brad England, who left the field. They're trying to pitch one out of dummy half, and that is going to be Bradford's 5th try of the afternoon, and Tom Doyle gets try number 3 of the season, and in his 18th appearance for the Bradford Bulls, after tries against Swinton and London, he will put the icing on that Bradford Bulls cake, because the icing will read 7 in a row.
He'll be been working with George Flanagan with that try, Thomas. I think George will take some of that. I think fantastic try for Tom, and again, I think he's been outstanding today. So yeah, loads of positives from Bradford to get some final points on the board, but they've been in a tough battle today, and Newcastle, like I say, plaudits to Newcastle, because they've made it a tough battle.
When you look at the scoreboard, if this one goes over from Jordan Lilly with Danny Brough off the field injured, closing seconds of this game, is the scoreboard ever so slightly unfair, and an unfair reflection on the performance and effort from this Newcastle side?
Yeah, they'll want that. They'll want the scoreline to be a little bit closer. I just think they've run out of energy in the last 10. But that's down to effort that they've put in for the previous 70. They've worked hard. Maybe not had the bounce of the ball every now and again, but they've considerably worked hard, and I think Eamon O'Carroll will be proud of what they've done.
Jordan Lilly gets his first conversion of the afternoon. 3 from 3 for the season, kicking at 100%. It was his try after just 2 minutes that set the Bradford Bulls wheel in motion. But oh boy, the rest of that first half really did belong to Newcastle Thunder. Despite some Herculean Bradford Bulls defence at time, there was 1 4-tackle set that Newcastle had in that first half, and Newcastle could not penetrate this Bradford Bulls defence. Well, they had a season-best defensive spell on the road against the London Broncos. This will be Bradford's tightest defensive spell at home at either Dewsbury or Bradford, and that will please and delight John Keir. Taking that form to Featherstone next week is going to delight the Bradford Bulls head coach, as we see Ant Walker just cough up possession under a 3-man tackle
Is that another kiss of death from me? Unbelievable. I
It
won't praise
is Ryan.
any.
It is Ryan.
I won't praise any more players.
Well, hopefully for those Newcastle supporters that have not made the trip down the A1 to Odsal here this afternoon, you're not too disheartened by the blowout in the final 5 minutes with those 2 tries from Steve Crossley and then Tom Doyle. This Newcastle performance, as the hooter sounds, really has been one of promise, as Bradford do make it 7 wins on the bounce. Bradford's strongest start to a championship season since 2015.